Hello, hello.
Hi.
Happy Tuesday. Is it Taco Tuesday already?
Oh my God,
Yes,
you
it's
just
Tuesday.
reminded me.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. I am so excited. I am here with Damika Cobb, and we're going to be chit chatting all about social media. Before we dive into anything, like I said, I want to introduce you to Damika Cobb, and she is one of our social media experts that's going to be talking about social media, Instagram, right?
Exactly.
And the cool, I mean, I'll let you tell your story, but you have had insane growth with your
Yeah.
social media. I mean, I like my mind still can't wrap my head around the numbers. So I am going to let you introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are and what it is you do.
Yeah. So thank you so much. So I'm Damika Cobb. I'm actually a licensed broker associate in Florida, in Central Florida. Actually, I just got licensed in 2020. A lot of people don't know that. I know, shocker. Look at your face. You tell exactly. So that blew your mind even further. I know. So I actually, started out on TikTok, on social media, TikTok specifically. And within 6 months, I grew that account from zero to 300,000. I mean, it was pretty insane. And it came straight from a place of pure education and wanting people to know and understand that, yeah, this is possible. And then now today, I'm running a 7-figure real estate business where I'm writing 25 or more contracts a month. I'm doing a lot of referral business out of state. I have a whole process in place for like how that all works, and which caused me to start a coaching program, right? So I feel like everyone's been asking me, like, Damika, how, like, seriously, this is crazy. Like, you have, and not only that, I'm an introverted person, so I never had social media before doing this on social media for real estate. I never did. So now I get to teach, all kinds of agents across the country, no matter what type of client they're servicing, how to really do this and how to really scale and close more deals, which is exciting.
Okay, so there's like seven different things that you said that just like actually blew my mind right there. So you got licensed in 2020. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
And since 2020, you've grown your TikTok to how many?
Oh, now I have almost 600,000, and I have like 230,000 on Instagram, and just moving
That's
on.
insane. And you did not have social media prior to starting your business.
Literally, I had a Facebook page with probably 200 people on it. I was not a social media person. I did not have Instagram, TikTok, none of that.
Okay. And so if any of you that's watching knows anything about me, you know that I am an extreme introvert. So when I saw her on Instagram and it was $1 million introvert, I was like, hello, fellow introvert, we need to chit chat. So I think the coolest thing is that a lot of times we feel like we have to be this super outgoing, really like loud and proud person in real life in order to have a presence and how to like be able to grow a following on social media. And you're basically saying no, that's not what you have to do.
No, I think the most important part is you have to be yourself. If
Yeah.
you're not yourself, it's going to be very hard to uphold that persona of a person that you're not, right? And especially in real estate, the last thing you want is to be on social media pretending to be something that you're not. And then when people meet you in person and do business with you, you're not that person. And they're like, wait a minute. And you're going to mess up your whole brand doing that. So what I encourage people to do all the time is just be yourself, because the people that love you right now, right in your personal life, or your people that you've done business with, they love you because of who you are. And there is a tribe of people in the world that want to know who you are, right? And that's what I tell all my students, like, just be yourself, be authentically you, and don't be afraid to say things that you feel may be controversial, or you may be afraid, like, what are people going to say about what I said? Because we're all humans and we deserve to have our own opinions and thoughts too.
That's amazing. Yes. And I think that it's such a powerful, I don't know, it's so freeing to be able to just get somebody to say, somebody that is successful in social media, to be like, be yourself. You don't
Yeah.
have to be anybody else, because you are going to attract the people that you are going to resonate the most with. And that's a really powerful feeling when you are waking up every day working with people that you actually like to work with instead of people that just don't align with you, or you're like, oh my gosh, this client, we see it all the time in the group. So
Exactly.
I want to chat a little bit about some mistakes. I want to, because I know, well, first of all, let everybody know what your topic is for the summit.
I think I'm pretty sure it's how to close your first real estate deal on social media, or your first five.
Your first
Uh,
5 on social media.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So you're going to be like walking everybody through tips and tricks on how to do that. But I thought it would be kind of fun to actually reverse that and talk about maybe 2 or 3 things that people should not be doing on social media. What shouldn't we do? I
Yeah.
have one like on top of my head, but I'll let you go.
No, so I like that. So I think number one, one thing you shouldn't be doing on social media is really that's a good question. I feel like
I
let
know
me
I
think.
put you on the spot, didn't I?
I know. I'm just like, one thing you shouldn't be doing. I feel like confusing your audience is one of them, right?
Yeah.
So that's a main one. So first of all, you really need to figure out who your target audience is. And if you're doing things like, one day I'll do real estate content, one day I'm dancing and it's kind of like not related and this and that. I feel like the more you confuse your audience, the more they don't act. So that's one that I could say. Another one you shouldn't be doing on social media is talking politics. I feel like that's very stressful.
Oh.
Okay. And I've done it a couple of times. All right. But it really is not like what you think. Like, just kind of just sharing my opinion or whatnot, but don't talk politics. I feel like it really is a fine line. And it's just something that you don't need to do. So I wouldn't worry about it. Another thing I say you shouldn't do on social media, I think I already shared it, is kind of like not being yourself. So
Yeah.
you have to be yourself. So if you're on there trying to pretend or trying to, just be someone else you're not, then don't do that. The other one, I do have another one, is don't reshoot your videos 5 million times. Okay. Because
Good one. Yes.
the more you shoot your video, the more inauthentic it looks, the more commercialized it looks. And people don't want to see commercials. And matter of fact, they don't want to be sold to. So when you're doing it multiple times because you're concerned about yourself, always think from the perspective of, all right, if I met a person in person today that wanted to do real estate business with me and I made a mistake, or I felt like my hair wasn't perfect or whatever, do I get a do-over? In person? You don't get a do-over in person, right? So that should be your same perspective when you're trying to do this on social media. Just be yourself. The first 3 takes should be your best ones, and go with it. And even if you don't feel like it's perfect for you, we're our own worst critics, right? So you just have to put it out there into the atmosphere and let it do what it does. And usually the more authentic you are, the better.
That's okay. Those are amazing tips. That's amazing. The last one triggered me just a little bit because I am the queen of like, I don't know, spending 1 hour to try to get that one perfect reel or video. So
No.
I want to tap into a few different things. The first thing is the don't talk politics thing. And I don't want to go way deep into this, but I do just want to let all of you know that are watching the replay. If you are unsure whether or not there is a topic that you want to talk about on your social media, on your public platform for your businesses, I actually have a blog post that I want you to go and see. And it doesn't tell you one way or the other what is right for you. It does just kind of give you some thinking points to kind of think through and see if it's the right topic for you to talk about on your business platform. So I just wanted to encourage you, if I know there's been some really hard conversations that have happened lately. And so I just want to encourage you that if you are unsure of what to say or what not to say, obviously you always want it to come from an authentic place, but I do want to point you to that blog post just because I find it's really helpful for those tough conversations and knowing whether or not to navigate those. So just wanted to point that out. But I want to go back to the first thing that you said, which was, what was the first thing? I lost it because I wanted to get that out there. You said don't. I just wrote down don't. That's what I wrote down.
Was
Shoot.
it? I thought it was I thought politics was the first one.
No, your first one was don't confuse your audience.
Oh,
So
there we go. Yeah, confuse your audience. Yeah.
when you are doing your videos, are they all real estate related or have you grown it doing other types of content?
No, to be honest with you, I feel like they're all real estate related, but I want you guys to think bigger picture. There's so much that's involved in real estate that we don't even think of as parts of content. So, like, right, how to save money, right? People need to know how to do that, especially as first time home buyers. How to get sugar ants off your counter, right? How to find the best homeowners insurance company. How to, which states have the lowest property taxes. There are so many things of value that I feel like you can present that you don't have to worry about the 80-20 rule, for instance. A lot of people say do the 80-20 rule. So 80% personal and 20% business. I do not do it that way. Everything is business for me, but I also come from a perspective of there's so much more to talk about than just hire me to sell your home.
I love that. And with your growth, with your audience, I know obviously you have a very huge audience. Would you say that most of them are local? Do you have people from all over? And if you have people from all over, is that helpful to you in your business?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I would say probably 50% of my business comes from the state of Florida, but not necessarily where I am, right? So I've partnered with a lender that's like top 3 in the country, and we've built this program for influencers. So I was the first one. They had to bring on like 45 loan officers just to handle my business, right? And so what we do is when the business comes in from social media, they get them pre-approved. We have a whole referral process, which all of my students are in the referral network. And we have the clients just shipped out all across the country. So yes, absolutely. Out of state is something that people miss or don't think about when they're on social media. But you should be advertising any type of program, any type of business all over the country, because I would love to get 30% wherever my client is. Right. And that's what I do right now. So, could you imagine just being able to sit home, create content, and then you're just getting 30%? Like imagine getting 20 to 25, 30% deals coming in all across the country just because of social media. And so I want people to really think bigger picture about this. It's not just about your local market.
Okay. Yeah. So when you are growing your following, basically you're saying that yes, look for people outside of your network as well as your local market.
Exactly.
That's incredible. That's amazing advice. Okay. There was one other question I thought of that I wanted to ask you. Oh my gosh, you have so many great things to share. What was right before the recording the video 5 million times? Because I felt really called out on that and I think I forgot.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. What did I say? Because I'm like, this is totally like, I'm just impromptu, not even playing.
I love throwing people to the wolves. I'm like, here we go, guys.
Oh my gosh.
I can't remember what it was you said, but it was amazing, whatever it was.
I don't know.
It was amazing. So, okay. Oh, you said basically be yourself and be, who you are. That's what it was.
Yes.
So, okay. One of the things that I want to talk about is trends. And I want to talk about how you navigate trends within social media. And specifically, and this is kind of my don't follow these trends. I feel like what has happened in 2022 was there was an announcement that Reels was like the thing. So everybody stopped everything else they were doing and they built all of this crazy content around Reels, whether or not it had anything to do with their business. And then all of a sudden they're like, oops, we over prioritized Reels. Now just go back to your usual content. Now we want your photos. So I think that it was discouraging for a lot of people that spent all this time building and working on all of this content to try to grow, just to find out that, oh, wait, my views aren't that great, but now you're telling me that I shouldn't have been doing that and whatnot. So what are your thoughts on trends? How do you navigate them? How do you deal with them? Do you stay on top of them? Do you ignore them?
Yeah, good question. So I love trends. I'm not going to lie to you. So all of my content starts on TikTok and then I repurpose on the other platforms. Okay. Because TikTok is the trendsetters. And I honestly do organic research at night. My husband always wants to kill me because I'm always on my phone in the bed, right? But he knows I'm working, right? But I'm scrolling TikTok to see kind of what am I seeing multiple videos of, right? And either I'll do that trend myself or I will talk on a video and put that trending sound in the background. But for me, reels are key. TikTok videos are key because I feel like with photos, people can't connect with you. They can't connect with your personality. They don't know who you are. And at the end of the day, people only work with you because they like you and they can relate to you. It's not the fact that you do real estate. Real estate is a plus, right? That's an extra. So you want to be able to show them that you are a real person at the end of the day, and you don't want it to be so like my videos have to be perfect or it has to be like business, like I have to be dressed like this, whatever the case may be. But video is the only way you need to go right now. And what I would tell you, and this is my tough love that I give my students, if your videos aren't doing well, then it's something to do with your content. Okay. Because videos are still doing very well. And that's the best way for you to connect with your audience. For me, 95% of my content is video. 95% of it. So I would say stick with the video thing, but just try to restructure your content because it may be the way you said it. Maybe it's confusing to people what you said. Maybe you went in too much detail and it was too much for people to absorb at one time. So you really have to dumb it down, make it simple and easy for people to digest.
I love that. So, first of all, I am so glad to know that other people are lying in bed TikToking and their husband is like side eyeing them. Getting like, I just thought of that TikTok like side eye,
Yeah.
like because I know, and I'm over there like I will be like cracking up, laughing so hard, and he just is not amused by it at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know other people are doing it for research.
Yes.
So, but I do want to tap into something that you just said. You did say that you always start on TikTok first because that is where the trends happen. And
Yeah.
then you repurpose it to the other platforms like your Instagram Reels,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, so you just scroll on TikTok and you're going through and you see a video that you want to do, what happened? How does that work for you?
So basically when I see it, so first of all, I'm doing it at night, right? So I get everything at night that I want to shoot in the morning and then I'll have it all saved. So then I get up in the morning and I just kind of shoot that content. So I'll shoot 4 or 5 of the same video, just so I have it in my bank so that when on days when I don't want to get dressed or I don't want to shoot, I have content ready and available and I can just put words to it. So I shoot the video, I put some words to it and I kind of just let it go into the atmosphere, right? And there's a couple of ways that you can kind of find content ideas, which Facebook groups is like my number one way. Go into real estate Facebook groups where there are home buyers and sellers that are asking questions. Those questions are what you should be answering on your social media.
Holy
Right?
cow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yes, love
Exactly.
that. So because I know that's another question. It's like, what do I even talk about? What am I
Yeah.
talking about? And you've actually told us a couple of different ways. One is to think outside of the usual, like ways I can help you buy your home to,
Exactly.
so think outside the box there, but then also go into Facebook groups and see what people are asking.
Yes.
And just another way is to ask your audience what they want to know from you, right?
Exactly.
Like, so use stories on Instagram to say, what questions can I answer for you? And I always think that that's a really good way to make your audience feel heard, like they are part of the process. And I know that as somebody that watches, I love that. I love feeling like my opinion mattered to somebody.
Exactly.
So you're not waking up every day doing TikToks. You batch them, right? Is that how you do it? Or are you
Yeah.
doing this every day?
I would say probably every day I'm shooting a couple of videos. And for me, I can post like 6 videos in 30 minutes. So it's not like I'm taking a long time. And that's what I want you to kind of really step back and say, all right, am I putting too much into the shooting these videos? And you got to kind of do a little bit of planning to make this work too. But for me, it's like boom, 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 and I'm done.
And was it like that at first
No,
or no?
No, 100% no. Because the main things were that no one in the real estate industry was really doing this. So no one could tell me like this part of it. And they're like, you're D'Amica, you're kind of dumb for doing this because you should be just cold calling and door knocking. Social media, no one's really going to buy a house on social media. I mean, I proved them wrong at this point, right?
Right.
But it took really consistency and me learning on my own because I didn't have anybody to tell me that stuff. And something as simple as, your broker tells you you have to have your home search website up, right? This is how you're going to get leads in business. But for me, I teach that backwards. So I tell my students, do not put a home search website on your website or on what you're advertising on for social media, because it's a whole different ballgame, right? So if you're trying to advertise nationally and a person, and for me, I'm in Florida, and if a person in Texas searches my home search website and there's no houses in Texas, they automatically assume I can't help them. But you know how the MLS is set up. You only get homes in your area that you're licensed in, right? And social media is a whole different ballgame how you have to market, and you have to change that up because of that.
Wow, you have so many amazing tips. So I know that I didn't ask you if you'd be okay sharing this, but I'm going to ask you now. You have a program, right? Don't you have a course or something?
Yeah,
Can you
coaching
tell us
program.
about that course, what it is, and how they can find it? Because I feel like you have so many amazing, just in this little conversation,
Yeah.
you've dropped so much knowledge. So I know that anybody watching is going to want to check you out. So
Yeah, thank you. So, first of all, I'd encourage anyone to go check me out. It's my username or my on socials is at Married Realtors _Florida. So just check that out so you can kind of see what I do and kind of how I engage with my audience. But other than that, I do have a 12-week coaching program where I am like in the trenches with my students, helping them grow their businesses. We have an implementation team that helps you build out your websites and your links in your bio and get you, I have a one-on-one branding assessment with all of my students when they first start, because I want to see what you're doing right now and kind of help you frame that so you're going to reach your right target audience, because again, confusion leads to inaction. So I want to help you do that. I have 2 group coaching calls per week that we do. I'm coaching on everything about the business to help you grow. I give my $1 million drip campaign and just all kinds of things. My passive income. Last year, I made about $200,000 in passive income in real estate without selling any houses because of my framework. And I give that to my students so they can really start growing too. So if you want to find out about that coaching program, you feel like, gosh, I need to grow on social media. And if you really want to use social media as your main source of lead generation, I encourage you to go to www.milliondollarintrovert.com. And that'll kind of take you through the process, explain to you everything about the program, and then we can see if it's a good fit for you.
I love that. Thank you so much for spending the morning with us. I'm going to drop all of D'Amica's contact information so you can connect with her on Instagram in the comments once we hop off here. For those that are watching the replay, last thing, can you give us one actionable piece of advice that somebody can take and plug into their business this week?
I mean, it's really not a plug-in. It's really just get started. Stop overthinking. Just get out there and do it. You're going to learn how to craft your business to be what it should be as you go. But if you're trying to perfect your business in the beginning, you're never going to get anywhere. And I'm a recovering perfectionist myself, right? You just have to get out there and get started and really just put yourself out there and be vulnerable.
I love it. Thank you so much, you guys. It has been an amazing morning. If you're watching the replay, drop a comment below. Let us know what you learned, because I learned no less than like 6 different things as I've been sitting here. So thank you so, so much. I can't wait to hear your topic, your presentation for the RealtHER Summit, which is how to close your first 5 homes on social media, which is going to be such a fun conversation. And then are you also going to be available for the live chat for
Yes.
your presentation as well? So
Yes.
if you watch that presentation, as you're watching it, if you have questions or need clarification on specific things that she is talking about, you are able to chat in real time with her. And I can see already she's going to be complete open book and be able to help you with any questions that you have. So, all right. It has been so incredible. Thank you so much. That is all for today, and I will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.